Hi everyone, I'm Ritika. In today's practice, we will explore the component parts to Garudasana, which is eagle pose. There's a lot that's going on in eagle pose. We're working on single leg strength, we're crossing the legs, there's some dorsiflexion through the ankle, and there's some mobility through the shoulders that's also a part of the pose. Let's begin. Grab 2 blocks and let's come to lie down on the mat. So just taking your time, come to lie down. The soles of the feet come onto the floor, under the knees. And we're finding a long spine here, so the natural curvature of the spine, the thoracic spine, the upper back makes contact with the floor. And there's still some space at the lower back that doesn't make contact with the floor. I'm just taking a few breaths here. In and out through the nose. Notice expansion as you inhale through the sides of the ribs. Taking your hands comfortably anywhere you like. Let your breath guide you to the present moment. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. At the next exhale, keep pressing that left foot into the mat as you lift the right leg up. The right leg can now be bent here at the knee, or you can take it straight all the way up. So do what feels right by you. As the right leg lifts up, we're going to start finding some mobility through the ankle. So pointing and flexing the foot. Pointing the toes up towards the ceiling and then pointing the heel up a few times. Just waking up the ankle, the leg muscles, and then taking a few circles with that ankle, being mindful that the whole leg isn't partaking in these rotations. So we still want to keep the thigh, the knee unmoving. The movement is just happening through that ankle and then changing directions. Articulating these movements, slowing them down. And then hug that right knee into the chest. Extend it out again. And then sending it halfway down and lifting it back up. Halfway down. Again, we're not using momentum here. You're trying to control this movement. Feel free to take your hands to your lower back if that feels better. And one more time, halfway down, lift the leg back up. This time taking the leg almost all the way down and lift it up. Almost all the way down. And we're just going to hold it for a few seconds here. Finding that place where we're doing the work to keep that leg steady and stable without losing integrity in the spine. So the spine is still long. We're not lifting up through the rib cage. The rib cage is still pressing down into the mat. One more breath. And then bending the right knee and bringing the right foot down. Notice the two sides. Then lifting the left leg up. Feel free to keep that knee bent. And point and flex through the foot. Then taking circles in one direction through the ankle. Again, watch that knee, watch the thigh. I've got a noisy ankle on this side. And then change directions. Then hug the knee into the chest. Send it back up and bring it halfway down. Then bring it back up, halfway down, back up. One more time. Back up. And then almost all the way down. You can push out through the heel or point with the toes. Notice how those two feel in your body. Bring the leg back up. And then one last time, sending it almost all the way down. Holding here. Keep the ribs down. And continue to find that long breath. One more breath. And then bringing it back up, bending the knee and sending the foot down. Take both hands to the lower belly. And sending your inhales all the way there. And then hugging both knees into the chest. Turning to one side and coming up to seated. We're going to take a block under our seat. Right under our hips. Between the feet. And we're going to come to sit. Send that right arm forward, thumb pointing out. Arm reaches up. And then turning through the hand, through the shoulder, arm comes down. Then from here, arm moves back, thumbs pointing in this time, and comes up and forward. Two more like this. Arm moves up and back. So taking some shoulder circles here. One more. And then thumb pointing in, arm moves back. Notice your range and then bring it forward. On the left side, thumb pointing out, arm moves up and back. Thumb pointing in this time, arm moves back and forward. 2. And 3. Great. Then arms move out into a T. Open your chest. Inhale, and as you exhale, the right arm comes over the left, almost hugging the shoulders here, rounding through the back. Let the head go. Inhale, arms reach out. Exhale, round right arm over left, becoming a little ball here. Inhale, arms reach out, open the chest. Exhale, left arm comes over the right, hugging the arms. One more time, arms reach out, left arm comes over the right, hugging the arms. Arms reach out, this time finding that long spine, so we're not arching or rounding here. Arms out, thumbs up, finding fists with the thumbs up. As you exhale, pointing the thumbs down, internally rotating through the shoulders. Inhale, thumbs reach up and back, externally rotating through the shoulders. Let's do that one more time. Thumbs reach up, move down, rotating, taking that movement from the hands all the way to the shoulders and then back up. And the thumbs point down, external rotation through the shoulders. One more time. Thumbs move up and down. And thumbs move up and back and down. Great. Take your hands to your thighs. And just a breath here. Good. Coming on to hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, hands about as wide as shoulders, pressing the fingers firmly into the mat. Finding a few rounds of cat and cow. So you can do it whichever way you like. I like to move as slowly as I can in my first cat-cow movements, starting at the tailbone, letting the spine arch slowly through the mid-back, through the upper back, and then the head comes up. And then taking cat pose, tucking the chin into the chest, rounding through the upper back, mid-back, and the lower back. Arching through the lower back, the pelvis tips forward. And then rounding, pressing into the hands, lifting up between the shoulder blades, letting the head go. 2 more at your own pace. And then taking whatever little movements you would like, maybe moving side to side, shifting the weight through the hands, at the knees, making a few circles here, bringing some fluidity into the movement. Coming back to hands and knees. Sending that right arm forward. Still trying to keep the alignment on all fours here, even though one arm is forward. And then sending the left leg back. We're going to try to not arch through the lower back here. And then release back down. Adjust if you need to. Bringing the left arm forward. Sending the right leg back. Finding containment through the torso, through our abdomen. One more breath here. Keeping the legs strong. And then release. Both hands on the mat. Send the left leg back. And then sending the left leg out to the left side. Notice if you're cramping. And then bring that left leg back, set it down. Then let's do that on the other side, on the right side. Sending the right leg back. Keep pressing into the hands. Bring that right leg out to the side. Send it back and then release. Moving to downward dog. So pressing into the hands, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up, letting the head be heavy. Torso moves towards the thighs and legs maybe move towards straight or they stay bent. You decide. See what feels good for you. Perhaps you want to pedal through your feet, like I'm doing here. And then we're going to stay here for 2 more breaths. Notice where you feel the breath. Notice the thoughts that come up. Observing all of your thoughts when the body is still and the breath is long. And then walking to the front of the mat. Feet hips width or together, knees soft, holding on to opposite elbows, just hanging here for a bit. Then release through the hands and roll all the way up. Letting the head be heavy. Take a moment. And as you exhale, roll all the way back down. Chin tucks into the chest, rounding through the shoulders. The knees are soft again. Letting the arms be heavy, and letting them guide you down. And you reach all the way down. Take your hands to your thighs or your shins. Press very gently, but let that be a guidance. So pressing into the thighs, finding that long spine, crown to tailbone. Exhale, bring the hands down and walk the feet to plank pose. So hands are right under the shoulders. Feet are strong, about hips distance. Head is in line with the spine, it's a part of the spine. So we are looking a few inches in front of our fingers and we're not arching through our neck here. Hold here for 1 more breath. And then bring the knees down, tucking the pelvis in a bit. Pressing into the hands and coming all the way down. Come on to the tops of your feet. Arms reach forward. Make fists with your hands. Pull the elbows in. So the shoulder blades are moving towards each other. And then take the hands down on the mat. Press into the hands. Lift up into your baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Press into your hands. Come on to your knees. Downward dog. We are pressing into the hands, finding external rotation through the arms so the elbow creases are moving forward. The head is heavy. The spine is long, hips moving up. And the legs are strong. This is a great opportunity to find active dorsiflexion through the ankles. So instead of sending the heels down on the mat, think about pulling the toes up towards the shins. One more breath here. And as you exhale, walk all the way to the front. Hands to the shins. Inhale, length through the spine. Exhale to fold. Press into your feet. Come all the way up. Arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bring your hands down. Send the right leg back, the left leg back. Come into plank. Find a strong plank. So the legs are doing the work here as well, not just the arms. The hips are in line with the shoulders and bringing the knees down, coming all the way down to the mat. Inhale, arms reach forward, find fists, pull the elbows in. Hands down to the mat, lift up. Baby cobra. Exhale to lower. Press into the hands, come on to the knees, downward dog. Lift that right leg up, bend the right knee, hug it into the chest, lean forward and send that right foot between the hands. Bring the left knee down or keep it up, your choice. Arms lift up. Exhale, twisting to the right side. So the left arm moves forward, the right arm moves back. Inhale, arms reach up, come back to center. Exhale, hands down on the mat. Send the right leg back. Downward dog. Lift the left leg up. Bend the knee, hug it into the chest. Move forward. So the shoulders are now over the hands. And then bring that left foot between the hands. Right knee comes down. Arms lift up. Both legs are very strong. Staying active. Exhale, twisting to the left side. Right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. Gaze wherever it feels comfortable. And then come back to center, arms lift up. Exhale, hands come down. Plank pose. Downward dog. Walk the feet to the front of the mat. Feet together or hips width. Inhale, find your long spine. Exhale to fold. Press into the feet. Bend the knees. Send the hips down. Arms lift up, coming into Utkatasana, chair pose. So the arms are moving up. You can keep them at your thighs as well. Find the spine moving away from the thighs. And then maybe the arms can move right in front or all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands down, straighten through the legs. Press into the feet, come all the way up, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Stay here for a breath. Great. So we're now going to work a little bit with our feet. We're just going to warm them up a little bit. First, lifting the heels up, coming onto our toes. And then releasing the heels down, lifting the toes up. Toes down, heels up. Heels down, toes up. If you don't know what to do with your hands like me, just put them on your waist. So we're going to alternate between toes up and heels up. Also great to do by a wall. So you can take one hand at the wall and you can do this even better, because really we're looking for more activity through the feet here. We're waking them up so that when we do balancing work, they're ready for us. Great. And then we're going to move into this great activation work that I learned in the detour method. So we are going to find both legs on the ground. I was too eager. Press into that right foot, lift the left leg up. Stay here a moment, find your balance. And then send that left leg out through the heel, bending into that right leg. And then bring it back. Send the left leg out to the side, bring it back. Send the left leg all the way back, and then bring it back. So we are finding different ways of moving through the left leg while we balance on the right. So explore all different areas where your left leg can go. All the way back, all the way forward. During this time, we are finding flexion through that right side, and we're also finding dorsiflexion through the ankle, and then taking that left leg across. So we're almost crossing over and release. Let's do it on the other side. Pressing into that left foot, lifting that right leg up, and then sending that right heel forward. We're bending into that left knee, dorsiflexion through that left ankle. Lift that right leg up. Send the right leg out to the side. Bring it back. Send the right leg all the way back. Lift it up. Finding all these different areas where that right foot can go. And it's totally okay if you lose your balance. And then maybe crossing over, so taking that right foot towards the left side. A few more. So we're really working that left leg. And then release. Great. Let's come back to the front of the mat. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Hands to shins for a long spine. Exhale, hands come down and walk straight to downward dog. Walk that right foot between the hands, bringing the left knee down, arms reach up. One more breath here. As you exhale, bring the hands down, walk the left foot to meet the right. Bend into both knees, hips move down, arms reach up. Utkatasana. From here, we're going to lift the left leg up. Cross, perhaps, the left thigh over the right. We can also just cross it and rest the toes on the mat. Then bring the arms in front, crossing the right arm over the left. Maybe we stay here. Maybe we bend a little bit deeper. As you exhale, straighten through that right leg and release. Notice all the thoughts. Notice your breath. Notice without attaching. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, hands to shins, long spine. Exhale, hands come down, walk to down dog. The left foot comes between the hands. Right knee moves down. Arms lift up. Exhale, hands come down. Walk the left foot in to meet the right. Bend into the knees, hips move down, Utkatasana. Left foot stays grounded. Right leg lifts up. The right thigh crosses over the left. Perhaps the right toes come down. Perhaps it wraps around that left leg. And the left arm moves up over the right. And there we have our Garudasana. And it's perfectly fine to keep those right toes rested on the mat. One more breath here. And release. Find your breath. And let's come to seated. Extra points if your knees make the sound than mine just did. Let's move to child's pose. So bringing the knees down, big toes touching. Make as much space as you need to for your torso, knees together or apart. Perhaps the forehead comes down. Sometimes I really like a block right under my forehead for some extra space. So do what you need to do to make your child's pose, your balasana, comfortable and restful. One more breath here. And then slowly lifting up. Bringing the legs in front. Just going to do our final little bit of active work. Taking your hands behind you, fingers pointing out to the sides or towards the hips. Come onto the heels. Toes lifting up towards the shins. We're going to lift the right leg up, straighten it any amount, bring it down, left leg, down, right, down, left, down, right. Try keeping our spine as long as possible here. One more time on both sides. Maybe the arms move forward. Okay, maybe not one more time on both sides. We're still doing them. Right, left, And then maybe both legs lift off, still straightening one and other, one and the other, making your fingertips really light here. And maybe both legs lift up and then release. Great. Let's lie down and move through some twists. Hugging the right knee into the chest, taking the right knee towards the left side across the body, finding cactus arms. So the arms are bent at the elbows. Come to center, hugging that right knee in and releasing it. Hugging the left knee into the chest, taking it across the body. Noticing now that we enter stillness again, what stories the mind starts making up. Hugging that left knee into the chest, hugging the right knee in, and then settling down for Shavasana. So feet open, arms by your sides, palms facing up, the head is relaxed. Becoming an observer now. The third sutra from the Samadhipada says, Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam, which means that when the waves calm down, when the waves of the mind are still, the true self is revealed. When the stories and thoughts and emotions for a moment quiet down, the true self, the soul, reveals itself. And how do we quiet down the mind? How do we take that time out for ourselves to be still and to do nothing? Take another deep breath here. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Move your head from side to side. Stretch your arms overhead and give yourselves a nice stretch. And turning to one side. Slowly coming to seated. Take your time. hands to heart. Thank yourself for practicing today, for taking care of yourself. Thanks to the ancestors that made this practice possible, for the gift of yoga. I'm going to chant Om Shanti. Feel free to join or listen. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Dhanyavad. Namaste.